This is the Code to Cash podcast.
How did you think about monetizing your product? Now, of course, there are some common ways in the realm of sales tech software. So curious how you went about that and maybe what insights you may have learned along that journey.
Yeah, initially when we first started, like the kind of first bucket of gold, our strategy was to get money in the door, right? So
Yeah.
so we were like, I don't care how it's charged. Just I remember something like $2,000 or something, like pay us $2,000, we'll do whatever you want for like 4 weeks. So that was like actually the first like 4 or 5 customers where everybody
Yeah.
just paid $2,000 a month and then that was
Yeah.
it. And then we started needing to kind of like mature ourselves, right? Because we're getting to larger customers, larger CFOs, more structured buying processes, and pricing needs to correlate with value. So we then entered like a second phase, which is let's copy what other people are doing. So we had like yearly packages, we had add-ons, we had per seat, we had per data point licensing, and it's very much kind of like let's copy what everybody else is doing. And then in the third phase, we realized that okay, we're doing the cookie cutter stuff, it's kind of working, but there's no reason to do that. Like we do it just because everybody else is doing. Like there's no like higher rationale. So then in the third phase, we started really aligning pricing to our corporate strategy, basically saying like, what do we want as a company? We want more logos, more usage, more upsell, more retention, right? Like what pricing sort of incentivize that and it measures that in a true way? Because we have problems like you have an annual deal and it looks great and then like nobody renews, like usage stops after 3 months. Like what do you do? So in the third phase where we are right now, like we have with a pay as you go model to start. So Ajit, you can buy us tomorrow, today even, pay us $2 and get started, no problem. You start using it as you get more and more value, you realize that actually you can commit to like a usage, and that would give you even better ROI on the value that you're getting from Tactic. So that's where we're going, which allows us to like get a lot of logos very fast. It allows us to properly measure usage and not kind of time box it and have value correlate with, or economic results correlate with the value that we're providing, instead of this weird kink where you sign a big contract and you're like, we really need to like save this contract, like put a lot of resources in saving this contract, when all you like looking at is ARR, which is important, but like
Yeah.
it's not the fundamental thing that's going to drive you in the long term. Whereas
Yeah.
now it's very much like, how do we increase usage? Because I know that if we increase usage, I get paid, and
Yes.
there's no longer like a sort of strategies and tactics around how do we like renew this customer,
Yeah.
even though they're not like actually using it the way we wanted to.